Hey everybody, what's up? So back again, checking out this coronavirus business. It's uh, it's a show. Yeah, it is. It's crazy, like what the media is saying and it's all mixed messaging, and it's we know everybody knows the numbers are off, but that it hasn't been officially stated, of course, because there's no data behind it, so they can't really say. Um, Address the nation like that. Yeah, that's what happened. But all the the newscasts are there, everything's there. You know what I mean? And numbers are wrong, the models are wrong, predictions are wrong. Everything's wrong right now, and you got everybody scrambling to kind of keep the public calm. Like everybody's seeing what's going on down in Japan and, or sorry, yeah, well, everywhere really. China, Hong Kong, cruise ships, like those people are just, that's crazy. This one here says coronavirus up to 63. Well, right from Japan it said they just confirmed 3, and now it's up to 64, and that's courtesy of Reuters. That was February 8th at 11:45 Japan Central Time. So yeah, they say another 3, and the guys over here say only 2. I guess they're saying 63. See what that's, including 12 from US. 2 more passengers. I don't know. Say anything. 63 people have been diagnosed for a period. Currently, the ship is out to sea for a 24-hour period to produce fresh water. They won't even let them get water, eh? Oh, because water costs money there. And it costs a lot of money to fill out. Like, there's gray water on that. They gotta dump that. And, like, that gray water, what they're dumping, is most likely contaminated. Because there's an interesting study back here from it. There it is. All right, so this is a published medical study, and it's the first case who had it. He's a 35-year-old guy, 35-year-old man. Anyways, what I wanted to show you was that it's actually, when they tested specimen collection, all right, they tested them. So specimens were collected and were tested on illness days 7, 11, and 12, and they included a nasal, oral, and a blood sample, and a urine and a stool sample. So diagnostics, let's go down to results. So stool obtained on day 7 was also positive. So the stool was showing positive. Let's see. On illness day 4, suggests high levels of virus in these specimens despite patients' initial mild symptoms. But what's important here is that his stool obtained on day 7 was positive. So that means it's in the water of some. That's in those cruise ships, gray tanks. All right, storage water, like all those people. Like if there's 60-some people so far, there's got to be like 1,000. You know what I mean? There'd be 1,000 people in there infected at least. Because it's a third. The numbers are coming out at a third. They did the first 31 tests, 10 people came back positive. Then they did 171 tests and 64 came back positive. So it's still a third, right? It's still, and if you take the whole population of the ship, it'd be pretty well third, and there might be even more, right? But we can say it's about 1,000. And they're like, yeah, filling that tank up with all kinds of of the virus, right? Um, it's right there in the New England Journal of Medicine. Like, can't get any better than a published paper out of the New England Journal of Medicine. Can't. So it proves right there, right? That this here, and another odd fact about this here is the oral specimen tested negative on illness day 12. Results for the serum obtained on these dates are still pending. But his blood was showing negative. His blood was showing negative, but the stool and urine were showing positives. Yeah, and that's here. You can just find that in the results. You want to go check that out. It's quite a read if you want to read it. Like, if you don't have to really be a doctor to understand it as much as, you know, you're picking out certain bits of important information. Like, it's and what's going on is it's just crazy. The amount this is spreading. It's infected now a whole cruise ship, I would say. And it apparently was from just one man. But I think the same cruise ship, there's conflicting stories here. So it says, after settling, you know, a man disembarked in Hong Kong and found to have been infected. So this guy was traveling around. He went to a business trip in central China where this stuff is. I think it was Singapore. He had a business trip and then he went to central China or something. But anyway, he traveled around and he got on the ship, and they kind of figured because he was on there, that's why they stopped the ship. But the staff on the ship were also sick, apparently. There was you know, passengers on the ship, I guess, and they were saying, you know, that crew members were coughing and stuff. There was some crew members coughing, and so the last voyage, apparently there was people on there from mainland China, and thinking that they may have infected staff, and the staff infected the next passengers. Now that's conflicting. It was like, who knows, right? Like, the shit that's coming out in the media is just fluff. It is straight up fluff, and it's just like they're reporting on whatever they can report on, while they're ignoring the biggest crackdown on humans in the history, like, since probably like Hitler and the Jews and like all this shit. Like, it's not good over there right now. We got the Chinese military with a fucking order to go in and do whatever they feel is required to get the job done, and that's it. And you got, like, this is a communist country military. These guys have been like raised since kids, like brainwashed to just be ruthless, and they just have no conscience, and they're going into these cities like with all the weaponry they want, and they're boarding people up in their houses. Let's go check a couple of these are fire videos, apparently, like and how I kind of think that this is real, because down here in the corner you can notice that it's Chinese writing, and the whole side of that building's up. You know what I mean? Like, that whole thing's up there. That's been burning for a while. And there's no emergency vehicles. There's no sirens. There's no emergency vehicles. Nobody putting out the fire. So yeah, I would say that this is quite authentic to be, like, most likely somewhere in China right now. So yeah, it's crazy, right? You're supposed to be. Why am I not hearing? Oh, my headphones are unplugged. I guess that's probably. Sorry about that. Hey, you can't hear it if I can't hear it. Alright. I'm just gonna start that over. Like Chinese writing down there. Like it's a and it's yes, Chinese speaking. You know, that thing's been burning for a long time. And nobody's putting that out. There's no emergency vehicles around there. You know what I mean? So that would seem like it would be in like a lockdown area. So I would say that's authentic. And then there's another one here I'm not quite sure about. But you do have large groups of people like out everywhere, and there's like mobs of people in the streets. Now I don't know if this is part of the Japan riots or what, but anyways, it's just people throwing bottles and I don't know. But anyways, it's there has been reports of the police setting fires to the buildings, people in them, with the infected in them. Let's check out what it looks like for the United States when they roll in and pick up these people out of Wuhan that are most likely infected, one or two of them. And then there's a very disturbing report saying that this here could be airborne. It is a preliminary report and it's only come out, but yeah, they're suggesting like those guys are serious. Show of hands, has anybody not finished it yet? That must be like some kind of health check or questionnaire of some kind. But this guy's like, you can tell that it doesn't seem like he's very organized. You know, he's got some kind of crazy self-contained respirator on there. And that's no normal airplane. That is not a normal airplane. So yeah, it's right. It's crazy. He's like, you have to have that to leave this airplane. It's not funny, but you know what I mean. I don't think they should be taking them back. My personal opinion, because we still don't know what this is. We don't have a clue. Let's listen. This is actually 2 days old. Still relevant though. Yeah, anyway, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? They have no idea, right? They have no idea what this. And the cruise ship, cruise ships. Well, we can see how many people got infected, like super fast, and the media is just covering up everything. It's ridiculous, but they're trying not to like cause panic because people are gonna panic. But what are they gonna do when you tell them, like, you know what, like, eventually you're gonna tell them, but right now they're waiting on data, right? That's their crutch right now. That's their side saddle, and they can dodge everything, and the numbers are wrong, so the models are wrong, you know, and we know the numbers are wrong because people are being locked down. You got this guy going in there, and they got the armed forces are tasked with treating patients. I'm sure these armed forces like are tasked with, like, I would imagine. And it says to meet and fulfill expectations, military must strengthen leadership, enhance coordination with local authorities. Yeah, there is no local authorities. That place just went to a shit show. Yeah, crazy, getting bad, and that cruise ship is just infected with, and they're gonna find out that more and more and more. And now there's no circulating air in that thing. I'll show you the yeah, see, like they're suppressing the information over there. After that, yeah, hello, bud. Anyway, yeah, that it's unreal. They got shortages of face masks. They had restricted. They have to use rations for the tests. In all the cities, like they're out of the testing things there. They can't even get them in there. Like they said 3 days, or yeah, they said 3 days ago they only had 3 days of supplies left. So it's a shit show, right? But we're gonna see firsthand from these cruise ships just what exactly, this thing is gonna do, or what it can do, right? It spread through that ship like wildfire. A third of the people, and they were on there for 5 days, a third of them got it. They're mostly all like in the older demographic, kind of mostly. So, but we know this thing affects everyone. It's not young or old. This guy's a doctor. He's 35, super healthy. You know what I mean? He caught it. Couldn't save him, and he was a doctor. Right? So, this doesn't just. It's not a selective thing. This affects everyone equally. You get it, you got it. Yeah. Now they said that they can, read it to a certain extent. Like it's just basically prolonging it. It's all it is. But they can't fight it as of yet because there's no vaccine, nothing like that. Oh, lock it down. The decision by Wuhan authorities to shut down outbound transports came in the early hours of the 23rd. January 23rd. Well, it seems like he's got to be getting pretty wacky in there now. Food supplies and like, yeah. People be running out of food and like it'd be, they got lines where you can call in and report on your neighbor and basically get paid to tell if somebody that might be infected or not, or going out of their house more than they're supposed to, or any of that, right? It's bananas. So you got people calling up and yeah, just reporting everybody, right? But they're just coming in, they're just sealing people in their buildings. They're sealing people up inside. And they're just yeah. I've seen the welding. They were welding it, like it was crazy. Welding them inside. Yeah. Look, they're welding the doors shut. Like there's a welder, like they're welding the doors shut here. Like this is a big building. Right? It's nuts. Isn't that crazy? But yeah, like they're welding the doors shut and they're coming in. Yeah, that's nuts, right? And the media's not saying nothing about it. Like, look at these guys. Anybody not finished it yet? Like, look. That's just funny. I don't know. Just the way he says it, you have to have that to leave. This, anyway, I'm not gonna play it again. So situation update. Report number 19, February 8th. Basically 3,419 new cases today. 3,419 new confirmed. 1,280 new. 86 new deaths. Risk assessment, China is very high, global level is very high, and the regional level is very. And yeah, it just goes on to give a breakdown, but there's transmissions happening outside of China now, right? We can see cases with travel history to China. There's a bunch of them, and then possible confirmed transmission, but it is confirmed transmission basically because these people haven't had any contact. Oh, and the United States has another. They had one, so there's two now. Oh, what's Canada still? Canada still has one presumptive one, but you know what I mean. Like it's yeah, I don't know. I think we have two presumptive ones now. Because it is like that's how it starts though, right? It just pops up, little bubbles here, little pop up here. Like if one person's got this, they're gonna give it to somebody else. It's guaranteed. Like, and then that person's gonna give it to somebody else, guaranteed. At least one person. So yeah, it's crazy, crazy. And the stocks, they were all going good for a little while because China seized assets of their central bank, $174 billion, and liquidated them. You know, basically sold all their stuff and then pumped the biggest deposit ever in a single day into the stock market, and it floated for a while. They were in the green, they were doing good for 2 or 3 days because the money was there. But they figured, like, people would invest this and that, but they're not. Nobody's investing over there. Why would they? People are pulling out. Apple pulled out. Yeah, a bunch of other places pulled out, and they're actually making masks now at. Yeah, this is crazy. This is graphic. I don't know what's going on here, but these guys all got masks on. She might be from a different province, maybe. I don't know, but whatever's going on. Yeah. So she doesn't make it. I'll just tell you that. Pretty graphic, kind of. Well, you can see everybody in the background, so all got masks on. Look, this guy here, he did something. Like, he stabbed her like 4 or 5 times with something. I was weird. Like, this is what they're doing down there. It's lawless. They're just doing whatever they want. These police and these army are ruthless people. Crazy, eh? I don't know. I think probably could have broke her neck too. Yeah, like she's like that's you know what I mean? Crazy, eh? But no, it's not real. It's not happening. It's all out pandemonium down there. That crazy? You know what I mean? Just watch that one part again. Cause like the cop has something in his hand. I don't know if he injected her with something or if they like broke her neck, but she was like this guy here. Or no, is it? Yeah, this guy. Watch his hand, I think. Or no, the black guy's hand. Or no, this guy. Yeah, see, look. He's got something, see? Yeah, crazy. Craziness, eh? And people say, no, it's not happening. No, 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 no. Look at that. That's out of a movie. It is. It's not a movie though. It is crazy. And it's happening. And it's worse than you could ever possibly imagine. So bad. So bad. You couldn't imagine. They're going through incredible lengths. And this isn't fake, like, you know what I mean? Like, the ambulance can't get through. They blocked the roads. They blocked the roads. They blocked all transportation in and out, everything, everywhere. But yeah, it's just, it kind of ends there. But it's, you know, the images are real. Like, they block the roads, and these are old. I've seen these from like, yeah, way back December, or sorry, January 20th, 21st, 23rd, like around when they started just locking everything down after Hubei lockdown, or Wuhan. It just went to hell in a handbasket there really quick. Like, the people are just panicked, right? They don't want anybody from Hubei province, and they don't want, you know, but it's already everywhere now. They know that it's everywhere. They can't keep up to it. It spread too quick. Well, the Chinese government straight up hid it. And now you got the news over here. Like there's barely, well, there is stuff on it, but there's nothing as of yet on the updates of the cruise ship. Thousands stranded. The Diamond Princess. Yes, we know that. Yeah, see, the news is just like went silent the last day on this. It just went like fluff is all it is. Yeah, they're not, do you know what I mean? When the news downplays something, that's when it's real. Dr. Li Wen Liang. And you know what I mean? Like, they're pulling people out of that cruise ship just constantly. And eventually, like, you know what I mean? There's thousands of people on there. They don't have enough room for those cruise ship. They're gonna have to put them back on there and like send them somewhere or something. They won't have enough room in the ICUs. They won't. They're out, like, the healthcare workers are on strike there in Hong Kong. They have very limited resources at the moment, and they were already had full beds. And here we got 4 passengers on a cruise ship docked near New York, and they're under evaluation. 4 passengers were assessed at a New Jersey port, governor said. No case of coronavirus has been confirmed, and the risk to the residents still remains low. I don't get that. Risk to the residents, remains low. That's what he says, low. But then you got an official statement from the World Health Organization. Where is it? Situation report. 19, that's the newest one. Global level, high. Regional level, high. China, very high. But then you got these guys saying, no, it's low. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Don't listen to the World Health Organization. They don't know what they're talking about. Well, you could listen to the people of China, because you couldn't imagine what they're going through right now. It's not good, and it's only getting worse. And they're not talking about it barely at all. Which is even more disturbing. 2 new cases means 63. Well, they said in the other one, right, from Japan, that there was another 3. Like, I don't know. Maybe one was wrong? Or why would they report? I don't know. Where was that at? 2 new cases. Oh. Unless it's a different cruise ship. Because there is like 4 of them. No, that's the Diamond Princess with 63 passengers and crew. We are very appreciative of the Japanese government for moving proactively, provided the ship additional medical professionals. 16 doctors plus 12 additional personnel. They can't even handle that, let alone when this thing starts actually breaking out. Can you imagine? It's just, you can't stop it now. There's no way. I don't think so anyway. I don't know. Not over there. You know, maybe the rest of the world still has. Oh, 273 passengers and crew tested, 61 positive tests. But there was 100 and I think that was out of 171 tests so far, or that they sent to the lab. Or yeah, there was 171 tests done so far. Yeah, and there was 61 positive, so they still have, I don't know, another 100 or more to go. They're probably going to test everybody now. That's what they should be doing, and I think that's what they are going to be doing. They'll have to, and that takes a lot of resources because, you know, they're already doing tests and everything there. And well, I don't know, there should be another group of them, I would imagine, that are going to test positive for this pretty soon. Yeah, it's just crazy. Like all those people, like it's just spreading in there like mad. Like, and there's people coming to visit them. Like, that's no good. No, they don't got a handle on it at all. And now they're resorting to like crazy measures. You know, he ordered the Chinese military to keep his mission firmly in mind and shoulder responsibility to make contributions to the winning the battle. Yeah. And you know what they're gonna do. They're just gonna go in there and tear that place apart. Do whatever they want. They're just loose dogs, right? And that's no good. They have no respect, they have no morals. They're just, you know, raised by communist military standards, and that's not good. People are just being like dragged away in like containers, and like it's nuts. And apparently, you know, like there's 6 crematoriums there, and apparently they've been running 24 hours a day. I don't even think they could keep up to it, not even close. No. Apparently they have a place where they're taking people outside the city. So who knows what they're doing with them, taking them somewhere and just dumping them in a pit. Like, that's, I wouldn't imagine, I would imagine. The military was ordered to go in and start a cleanup mission. And they're just, yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. And then we got the military, or the, you know, people over here depending on these numbers. These numbers aren't even close. Not even close. There's probably, there'd be millions. There'd have to be millions. At least millions. But they can't judge, right? they can't even they won't make a prediction. It has to be actual data, and that's their scapegoat right now, because they don't know what to do. You know, they just keep, it's like using a garden hose to put out a forest fire. It's just not gonna really help. And like, we're throwing all our resources over there, and what happens is it starts spreading elsewhere, and then, you know what I mean? We're throwing all our resources on something we can't save already. So when it comes time to save everybody else, it's even less for everybody else that might have a chance. Am I right? They already asked for money. They were already asking. They're like broke. The World Health Organization is broke. Bill and Melinda Gates donated 100 million. Somebody else donated like 100 million, but they need 675 million. So, and that's, yeah. You know, everybody's gonna throw their money all into this, and then who knows, right? It's just gonna leave a lot less for, like, I know you gotta try to save what you can, but yeah, I think these cruise ships are gonna show us the real evil this thing can do, because we've been only going off of whatever China has been saying, and there's no oversight in the numbers, so they can put or say whatever they want, and they can't keep track of it. No way. All the people quarantined, like, they're all quarantined inside. So how are they going to get to the hospital? They're quarantined inside, and they're locking people and welding the doors shut. You can't get numbers if you know what I mean? Yeah, that's, and they're more worried about looking good on the world stage, saying, well, yeah, it's back to work Monday and do, but, you know, other reports are saying that the markets in China aren't even going to open on Monday, like the world trading markets. And that would be different, but that's just one report I heard. We'll find out if the markets don't open Monday. There's yeah, may as well I don't know what we do. We don't know what the hell this thing is. We don't know where it is. Can't see it, can't smell it. It's just a silent creeper. And what do we got now for US? Still has 12, Germany's 13, Australia's 15 now. Wow. Malaysia 16, Taiwan 17, South Korea 24, Japan 25, Hong Kong's got 26, Thailand's 32, Singapore, others 61, Canada 7, and Sri Lanka, Sweden, Finland, and all these guys, they still only had one right from day one. They've been holding steady, but they don't have, you know, the resources and the capacity to really deal with stuff, you know, like some of these smaller countries and stuff. Well, it'd be tough for them, right? Like the Philippines, like they just got, yeah, wouldn't be good. Like, we're probably not hearing about other outbreaks in other places, because, you know, just the means of reporting or whatever is just not there. Smaller villages, you know, stuff like that. This thing is everywhere, coast to coast, and it's spreading. We don't know what it is, and media has just gone dark on it. Like, the biggest thing you can possibly see on it right now is the cruise ship, and they're being pretty silent on that. Like, they're barely even talking about it. Like, you think that would be like front and center, and just like, well, where's the media? I'll show you a picture of all the yeah, that was surrounding this thing. And you have to feel pretty, I don't know, not very good for sure with the amount of media coming out of there. Where was it? Maybe it was over here. Yeah. Like, look at that. They're just like leeches. And that's, there's probably way more than that. Under there. Because this is the biggest thing ever right now. But they're not talking about it. I keep hearing painful coughs. New York Times. Oops. Yeah. More than 60 cases were found in the Diamond Princess. There's going to be a lot more. And they just keep taking people off all the time. And there doesn't see. Let's go check and see if there's any latest. Yeah, there's nothing, eh? Just like, well, there is like just being trapped on there and everybody's smiling and happy. Yay, we're gonna die, maybe. They're just putting stuff on there like it's so sad. They're just turning the situation like, I guess you gotta, make it a little vanilla. So, but they're covering it. They're covering it up. They know it's bad as it is, and they're not reporting on it because then people start thinking, oh, we don't want the people to do that. You wouldn't want people to think for themselves, would you? No. Quick, show them some bunnies and cat videos, or somebody's like, show them Donald Trump doing something stupid. It's crazy. And it's just a mess on there. It is. There's so much going on, but we're not really hearing very much. Yeah. Day 3, just woke up sleepless night. Oh my god. Worry coming up high. Getting so emotional, struggling if I get fresh air or not. I want to cry. Okay, right? But now, you got over here, people on the cruise ship. Oh, they're so happy. Look. They're so happy. They're so happy. Yeah. It's full of shit. Like, you would be absolutely terrified. There would be nothing happy about it. It's like worse than the Chinese fucking Communist Party censoring all the media over there. And they're doing the same thing. Like, they're just printing. It's all good news about it. It's nothing really bad, they don't want to panic the people. But the people, you know what I mean? Why not do actual journalism and report on the speculatory cases? No, we can't do that. Why would you want to have free media? Why would you want to have like a free speech? Well, you can't panic the public. This is a really hot situation. Well, that goes to tell you right there. If they're not reporting on it, that means it's serious. You're damn right it is. And it's not that they're not reporting on it. It's just we're not seeing any of the really inquisitive side of things. They're just the reporters are just kind of saying what, and if they do ask a question, well, they just kind of dodge it right off, right? Because they're like, well, we need more evidence. Well, we don't understand it yet. Yes, okay, we know that. But, then you have everybody else offering health advice or public safety advice. Saying, well, yeah, no, the risk is low. Don't worry, yeah, no, the risk remains low. But then you got the World Health Organization saying, well, actually the risk is high everywhere. And it's very high in China. That's as high as it gets. It's either high or very high. How high are you? High or very high? Where do you live? Yeah, but it's a lot, right? There's just, and it sticks out like a sore thumb now. It does, and some people just don't want to believe it. Some people don't want to like digest this. You know, I got plans next weekend. Jesus Christ, I thought, you know, I was gonna go and do something. Oh no, I'm pretty sure all your plans and any future, really, things in the near future are going to be disrupted quite a bit. Even if the virus doesn't make it to your area, there is almost nothing. Actually, there is nothing coming out of China. All the computer parts, iPhones, cell phones, battery chargers, anything and everything comes out of China. Everything, actually, most of our stuff. And now they're not exporting or doing nothing. And you know it's bad when the gas prices start to drop, because there's a billion people in China who are no longer, basically not really using that much fuel anymore because everybody's on lockdown. And all the roads are sealed and barricaded, so there's no movement. So they're not selling that fuel, so they have to drop the price in it, because there's an excess. But there's not an excess of other things. It's going to take time for companies to switch their manufacturing locations and wherever they got to put them. You know, it's going to take time to get all that back up and running. It's going to be a lot of money. It's gonna, yeah, it's just gonna crash. It will, if they don't get a hold of this, and I mean like real soon. She's like, they're just gonna wait till the clock runs out and be like, oops, tried. Because there's just like, we've never seen anything like that before. This is huge, ridiculously bad. And scientists are baffled, but they're really not, because they know it's not natural. They know that now. Goddamn right they do. They'd have to. You know, they can. It's like a fingerprint. They know when something's been altered. If you alter something on a genetic level, it leaves a fingerprint. And they've proved this. The world's best scientists. It was a preliminary report, but you know, you had a group of the best minds in the world who came out and said, hey, this is really weird looking, you know, like what the hell? And well, I don't know, it's a lot, right? Are they just gonna let the clock run out and just be like, well, you know, they're probably weighing statistically the cost of letting us know, the cost of not letting us know. You know, if you let people know, they're gonna panic and freak out and everything's gonna go to shit. If you don't let them know, it'll just sweep over them like a blanket, and it'll still cause panic and freak out and freak to shit. So they gotta stop it, right? But they can't. We can see that now, and they're just bringing people like more people over who are infected, and like one of those people could be like a super spreader. We don't know, right? We really don't. So hopefully they got their game faces on, because we're relying on them, right, for the most part. But yeah, because if not, she's gonna be back to old school living in the woods. But you know, there'll be generators and fuel and all that kind of stuff, but life is not gonna be the same as we know it for much longer. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Thanks for watching. There's not much news coming out. You know, China's just a bunch of dicks and they're covering things up, and And our government's just like being like, well, we can't say anything because we don't got enough data, so we can't really officially release anything. But you know, the forest is on fire. Yes, it is burning, but you know, we don't know anything about it. So make your own choices, make your own decision, make sure you're safe. You know what I mean? Because within the next couple of weeks, we're going to see some major changes. Major changes. Would have to. So, put your game faces on, ladies and gentlemen. Like, subscribe, and share, and do all that kind of stuff that you do. I'll keep you updated as things come out. Peace.